Hey guys, I'm Sean Hammond with PremierGuitar.com. We are in Anaheim, California at Winter NAMM 2017 at the Electro Harmonix booth, talking to John. John, how's it going?
It's going great.
Good.
It's sunny out today.
That is.
Very rainy yesterday.
And we're cooped up indoors. Sad. No. So we are in your ISO booth here. You got a bunch of cool new toys. We're looking at 4 different products, and what we heard just now was the Overlord distortion, right?
Yeah, it's called the Operation Overlord. The full name, Operation Overlord Allied Overdrive. And it's a JFET-based overdrive, so it's more of like an amp in the box.
Okay. It's got a bunch of knobs on there. You want to run through all the controls?
Yeah. Originally, this overdrive, the concept of it was an overdrive for keyboard players. So it's...
Really? Yeah. That was the impetus for the whole thing?
Overlord.
Very interesting.
You know, Overlord, kind of like, you know, famous keyboard player. And it's stereo in and stereo out. And it's got an adjustable input, so for keyboards or for, you know, guitars, active, passive.
Is that part of the reason it's got the dry control? Because you don't want to blow out your keyboards too much or whatever?
Yeah, I guess, but the dry control is really useful tonally because...
so it's not like a wet-dry mix or something? Like to have more direct signal mixed in with it?
It is. It's also good for bass, too, so I think that's another reason why we did it. So it's kind of like a multi-instrumental overdrive because guitar sounds great through it, bass sounds great through it, and keyboards sound great through it. So it's kind of like a, you know... buy this and you're covered for everything.
Okay. So we got the dry control, which is a wet-dry mix. Next to that is boost. Is that more like in the mid-range or?
No, it's just a boost that feeds the JFETs just to make it, you know.
Pure dB boost, not an EQ knob.
No, it's not an EQ boost. It also can be in the back of it, and when you take off the back, there's a switch that can be an independent boost, so you can actually have 2 different levels of overdrive in it, which is really nice. Right now it's configured just to boost what is already there.
Okay. And then next to that, you've got gain. We had that at a moderate setting. And then 3-band EQ and volume. So, and then a little toggle. You want to tell us about that?
The toggle switch?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for the input. So I could just play it and you'll hear the difference. Normal and then high, you know, so still very clear when it's even in the high.
So even though the pedal was intended for use with a lot of different instruments, that shouldn't be thought of as like, oh, one input is for the guitar, one's for keyboard or bass. It's just for almost like an amp input, high or low amp input.
You could say that. And yeah, there's no difference in the channels. Like if you want to say left and right, they both sound identical. So,
do you want to show us any other sounds in that before we move on?
Let's do it. So the reason I like this is you can add some dry and get a real lot of clarity. I have the bass boosted right now, but so you can get all that kind of twangy. So you hear it's like very clear.
Yeah.
It's you know, you have like a lot of overdrive on it, but you hear every chord, every note.
So as the dry knob goes clockwise, you're dialing in more of the direct signal.
Yeah, more of the direct signal. It also can do some tricks like, say you're playing with a open back cab, like a 112 open back cab, and you know how like sometimes power chords, they don't really sound that powerful, you know, with like a certain amps. You can add this bass control and you get a lot of, you know. So it actually sounds more like...
That's all you switched from the previous sound. It sounds completely different.
Right. you know, and you can boost the mids if you want. I like another trick is I turn down the gain, so I'll make it pretty much clean. Oh, by the way, everything is very sparkly clean in the amp. But you can kind of, you know, like say a super reverb, you know, like a 410 thing, open back. You can kind of get some warmth out of it by, let's see, you know, kind of adding a lot of mids and just having the dry mostly in there, but adding, so it kind of turns it more into like kind of almost like a Gibson amp or like a smaller sized, but it's still clean. It's kind of like an EQ. You can use it as an EQ.
Man, it sounds really diverse. How much?
I don't know how much it is. How much? About 148.
Kevin Jolly says it's 148th Street. All right, thanks, Kevin. John, let's move on to the.
Let me just show you the boost. So I'll put it back to full rock mode. So we're dealing with this kind of gain here. Let's put it there, and I'll just put on the boost, or if you want to put on the boost. It's very British sounding, you know. It's kind of like Marshall-y, Voxy kind of cool thing. So,
awesome, cool. So next up we have the modulation Blurst. Is that the official name?
Yeah, it's called Blurst. It's a modulated filter. So it's a low pass filter with an adjustable resonance control. It has an internal LFO. So instead of being like kind of like it's not really an envelope filter. It just sweeps through the frequencies. So we'll just put it on. It's got a tap tempo and it's got a shape toggle, so you can choose between 3 different shapes. I'll play them very quickly. So. You can get kind of real nice subby stuff.
You got note divisions there too.
Yeah.
What's the leftmost toggle there? I can't.
Oh, that's the expression mode. So I can hook up an expression pedal to it, and I can choose what it affects.
Which parameter it's controlling.
So let's see what I have set. So that's rate. And filter, so we can actually, you know, so we can actually, it can almost be like a wah pedal.
Yeah. Sort of a synthy sound to it too.
Yeah. And the range too, although that's a little more subtle. And the LFO comes on with the range when you do that. It's real neat when you're using it with other effects. So if I turn on like a big muff and like you get all kind of you know, stuff like that. So it goes all the way down. And I'm still ringing the strings, but it's like
low rate. Sub. Yeah, wow, that's cool. So how much is the Blurst going for?
138.
138, guys.
They don't give me a price list.
So next to that, you guys have a new wah.
Yeah.
Ultra lightweight.
Yeah, it's the Wailer wah, and we took the crying tone, the circuit from our crying tone, which was originally housed in the same type of housing is our expression pedal.
Yeah.
And now it's in a real traditional enclosure. So feel how light it is. So it's made of a lightweight polymer. So now you don't have to be afraid to bring your pedal, your heavy wah pedal. You know, whenever I was traveling around, sticking the wah pedal in there was always like an extra, like, 4 pounds or something. Yeah, whatever. I don't know how heavy they are, but I could feel it, when it was in the pocket. And this, I can't feel. And it sounds great. So.
And it's the same exact circuit otherwise.
Yeah, it's the same exact circuit. So. Has a nice, pretty wide sweep. It's a wah pedal.
Nice. Kevin, how much is that one? $67. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, and last but not least, a lot of people are going to be pretty excited to see this.
I'm excited about it. Yeah.
There's a lot. The Sovtech Mig amps of, when was it? Mid to late 80s.
I think they were 90s.
90s, early 90s.
Yeah, early 90s, and the Sovtech Mig-50 was like a very popular amp, and we reissued it faithfully to the same circuit, except for with more robust and reliable components.
So, do you want to? Is there just one version? Because did you guys have a couple different models back in the 90s?
This is the only one that we have right now.
There was a 50 and a 100 before. Is that right?
Mig-60, I believe.
60. Okay.
Oh, was there 100? Yeah,
okay.
100 too.
So what do we got here? 3-band EQ, presence, volume,
we've got,
like cascading volumes?
No. One's just the normal volume. The other one's the bright channel.
Okay.
So similar to, it's a very classic circuit, and it's super simple. And it sounds great, and it's a great pedal platform. It's great standalone. I can go directly into it. Gets great overdrive controller with my volume knob on my guitar, if I want to do it that way. It's not too heavy. It's in a small box. It's awesome.
Are they EL34s?
No, they are 5881s.
Oh, okay.
And I think 3 12AX7s. So it's just a basic circuit.
And the entire circuit is faithful to the original, just with more reliable parts.
Exactly, yeah. And it's all tube, and there's really no bells and whistles on it, and
So
that's
just speaker jacks around back, nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, we could turn it around.
That's all right. We believe you,
Yeah.
but it's just the basics,
you could. I think it's got 3 different outputs for, so you can use it with a 4 ohm, an 8, or a 16 ohm cabinet. So that's actually good. And I love the fact that it's a small box enclosure, because I just think it looks cool.
Yeah, very cool. And the nice thing is this has a pretty cool price too, right?
$575.
Nice. All right, John, why don't you tell everyone where they can go online to find out about all these pedals and everything else you guys do?
PremierGuitar.com, right? Is that the website?
Sure. I mean, that's our site, and thanks for pimping it.
Oh, yeah.
But what's your site?
EHX.com. So www.ehx.com.
Awesome. Thanks, Sean. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Sean Hammond from PremierGuitar.com.